Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG XBoom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG XBoom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. XBoom.
Good morning. Welcome to Today.
From back to school to tackling your to-do list, the Today Show is your best start to the day.
It's a new season, and every morning we're here to help you take it all on as the forecast calls for football all across the country.
Blockbuster stars, live concerts, and so much more. Wake up to where it's all happening.
We're getting back to all of it, and the best way to start is together.
Watch the Today Show, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. on NBC.
Jordan and Jake.
I feel good. I'm excited, ready to go.
DeLome stops. He throws it across field. Guess who? Jordan Gross.
Here are your Panther Hall of Honor members, Jordan Gross and Jake DeLome.
Jordan and Jake, the podcast, week 2 edition, 2025. Jake, I got to start right off. We could go in a couple different directions. I'm just going to celebrate the fact that this weekend I get to broadcast the game with my great friend Anish, and I just can't wait.
I'm like
I'm just excited. You're going to be there too, sure. That's fine. But me and Anish, we go way back. I'm pumped up, buddy.
So you're actually going to sit with us and try to do the game.
I'm going. Yeah. What do you mean?
Okay.
What do you mean?
No, I thought you were going to be the spotter for us. I didn't realize they were going to give you a headset.
I can spot. I got no problem sitting up there next to DL with the headset, and I'm pointing at the roster. And this is I can do. Is that what you'd rather me do? Give you more airtime?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. Whatever. I guess I got to do it with you. I mean, it is what it is.
Is there going to be enough time to focus on the game at hand, or is it just going to be more talking about the good old days and nonsense?
Jordan, I'm going with a big time edge this week, so you need to bring your A game. I'm just telling you, the Fruitland Grizzlies might have a bye week, but yeah, Jordan, I'm like everything's sour to me so far this week from our performance on Sunday. I feel sour, and it's like we need to rectify this taste in my mouth.
Okay, so you went down there, you had the weather delay, the whole deal. Give me a rundown on the trip, then we can talk about what happened in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jordan, listen, I'll be honest, I think it was more of just a frustrating part. I truly just don't think I think we gave it to Jacksonville. I'm going to be very honest. I just don't think they beat us. I think we gave them the game, and they made less mistakes than we did. I don't think they won the game. I think we gave it to them, to be very honest.
So by that, I assume you mean fumble, turnovers, big plays given up on defense, and so on and so forth. I mean, dive deeper into that, Jake, because I don't disagree. I mean, they looked efficient. I would say that. The Jaguars looked efficient. The Panthers inefficient.
Yeah, Jordan, I think that maybe that's the frustrating thing is that, listen, it's week 1, right? And we know it's not going to be a well-oiled machine. We get that because we don't play much in the preseason, and we didn't do a ton offensively in the preseason. But I just felt we left plays out on the field. We had plays to be had. And then the turnover situation for us, I think that affected us greatly. And it's just the missed opportunities, and I don't think there's any doubt watching the film, you got to feel like, oh my gosh, like things were there. Like we could have put on such a better performance, and we should have probably come out with a win. I think that's the thing that maybe I was more frustrated with, I guess you could say. It's like, man, that game was there to be had,
Yeah, absolutely. You look at Bryce, 18 of 35, 154 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, a fumble. There's another interception that got called back because of defensive holding. But some of his throws, man, were on the money. T-Mac was a bright spot, in my opinion. 5 catches for 68 yards in his debut. He looked good. But Bryce, you're the quarterback, so you can speak to it, but you could kind of just sense for me watching on TV that there was like a tightening kind of happening. You get behind and there's a turnover and then there's a delay, a weather delay, whatever. Now we're pushing it a little bit more. Just seemed like things kind of got tight, and that's when things kind of can go wrong.
Yeah, Jordan, it wasn't smooth, right? To me, it just wasn't, we weren't a smooth operation. We go down the field and I thought we had an opportunity on the first drive. We had a rub route with Renfro. And it's just, man, if we had just got a little bit more on it, I think we could have walked in for a touchdown. At least we're gonna have a first down inside, the 15-yard line, whatever it may be. But man, I thought that's one that I've seen Bryce hit. And that's the thing. I'm not saying things that I've never seen him do it, but man, maybe he could. No, that's not it. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it, and I've seen him do it repeatedly. So that's one. And then, unfortunately, we had an interception on the in our backed up in our territory. We gave them kind of a gift in essence. And then right before the half, I thought we did a nice job on the 2-minute. Went right down the field. He scrambled great, and then when he ran with the football, he dove forward and he got punched out. And that was something that was like where, oh my gosh, like we're going to get points. And then that was a 6-point swing because they were able to get a field goal before half. So little things like that, Jordan, it's just so much was left on the field, in my opinion. And I'm not exactly sure what happened, a miscommunication at some point when we were inside the 10-yard line and we turned it over on downs. We went forward on 4th down. And that was disappointing because when you rewatch it, gosh, that probably should have been a touchdown. So I just keep saying that shoulda, woulda, coulda, but that's what it felt like. And then Jacksonville was able to kind of get the lead, and I don't think they did a ton. They just kind of, hey, don't give it back to them, in essence, right? And JC came up with a beautiful interception for us. But again, like ATN, we let him gain a big gain. And that's one that I just think if our run fit would have been a little bit better. And, Nick Scott came out and said it. Hey, I got to make that tackle. It's a 6-7 yard gain, but he breaks the tackle and it's a 71-yard gain. So it was just kind of I don't want to say a comedy of errors because that's not what it was. It's just we didn't stack plays together that we needed to stack. And they were there. And I think that's the frustrating thing because if you can't do it, it's one thing. But I know we can. We have the players to do it. I think that maybe that was the frustrating part walking out of that stadium. Like, gosh, that was the first game of the season that, man, we probably could have won that game.
No, definitely we could have. I was encouraged that coming out after half, we get the ball and you got Bryce under center because I'm thinking after that first half, I'm like, okay, let's give the O-line a chance to take some of the pressure off of Bryce. Suba is a valuable back with proven history, obviously. So that drive we're under center more, giving the ball to Chuba, and we were that just was what I like to see. And as we talk about here shortly about the Arizona game, that's what I'm going to be saying is like, let's give a little of this workload to the O-line, the tight ends block and get under center, take a little bit of that off of Bryce because he's going to need some help on the road again. But speaking to the Jaguars game, Jake, some things that surprised me and it can get overlooked. A lot of inconsistency with our shotgun snaps and just that relationship with Bryce and Corbett. That surprised me. Corbett's a veteran dude and a lot of reasons that can happen, but Bryce was dealing with some snap. The strike zone was pretty wide. Even one time it was early. You can see Bryce wasn't ready for it. So, Jake, how does that play into as a cue when game one? And like you said, there wasn't a lot of live snaps in the preseason. Just that not being dialed in can play a role in how the quarterback plays.
No, there's no doubt. It certainly can. And I know it's so different now. Back when I played, which probably considered the Stone Ages, but that's an easy fix to me. You go under center. And that's an easy fix. I've got a couple of snaps, Ryan Khalil or for whatever reason, Jeff Mitchell snapped it a little high. Hey, I'm under center from here on out. I mean, it's very simple. You go under center. But, I know that's a little bit different how things are done in the NFL. But then again, first game, very hot, very humid, sweaty. Ball could have slipped a little bit. Playing a whole game, not having to play that much. in the preseason. So we can look at all the factors we want. I know, gotten to know Austin I'd like to think pretty good the last few years. He's probably furious, to be quite honest, and he's going to work at it like crazy. He probably worked at it on Monday. He probably did some things yesterday on Tuesday as we are recording this on Wednesday. So I expect us to play a whole lot better. Watching some of the Arizona game, they came into New Orleans and they were able to leave with a win, and that was a big win for them on the road. I think they were favorites going into the game, and I thought New Orleans did a decent job. And it's when I watched that game, Arizona is a young football team. They have some pretty good players on that football team, but this is a big opportunity for us that I think we can go travel and us against the world mentality, Jordan. I think we all remember that mentality, right? You feel like you're just backed up, and until that first win is accomplished during the new year, you just it's all hands on deck. Every game should be that way, but there's just this greater sense that we got to come up with our first win.
I bet the players are glad it's another road game, Jake. It would not. If you go and you win in Jacksonville, then you're going to want to be home the next week. But I like these. When I was playing, I like these long West Coast trips. Arizona's on Pacific time, 2 time zones away. It just feels so different. Most guys aren't going to have family or anybody there, and it just seems like it needs to be a business trip, man. Like get there. Kind of a familiar opponent. The Cardinals come up on the Panthers schedule quite often, just the way the league works and how it's allotted. But I would think that the guys are happy to get out there on an away game. I think, Jake, it's not a must win, but we sure as heck need to win, Jake, to then go back home in week 3, 1-1. It's a whole different feel than it would be if we're 0-2 coming out of this thing. I don't see any different. And another winnable game, like you said, Arizona beat New Orleans. New Orleans is yet to be determined who they are this year. Kyler Murray was efficient, threw for 160 some yards, a couple runs, but he was sacked 5 times. Jake, offensively, Marvin Harrison Jr., which makes us feel old. Trey McBride, James Conner's in the backfield. But here's the roster spot that just blows my mind: Calais Campbell, starting defensive tackle. Jake, 18th year. He's 39 dang years old. Jake, I played against him multiple times. It's unbelievable that this guy can still play. I'm excited to watch him.
A large human being,
gigantic,
with the deepest voice. And when you turn on the film to watch the first game against the Saints, the first play of the game, he rocks somebody's world. It's like, oh my, this is unbelievable.
I don't know how you play 18 years, Jake.
Well, and then not only that, one of the first plays of the game, and I know I'm talking about a different opponent, Cam Jordan gets a sack on Kyler Murray. It's like,
yeah.
Well, the fountain of youth, my goodness. But yeah,
the new normal. But to see a name like that's been in the league pushing dang 20 years is just incredible. Now he's back with his old original team. That's interesting. But Buda Baker's on there, and he's not an 18-year guy. But there's some standards on that Arizona team that and have done a great job for a long time. I always liked playing at Arizona. You and I had some good games there. We had a game there where Vinny Testaverde started after he'd been a Panther for like 3 days. We had a game there. We ran the ball really well. I remember with you and I. After Cam's debut was there, we ended up losing, but Cam set what was then an NFL record for
most
rookies
yards or something.
passing.
Yeah.
It's not a hostile environment. The audio's weird there. It's really echoey. It's, a giant venue. I would not say Cardinal fans. Probably a similar vibe to what it was in Jacksonville. They're good fans, but it's not hostile in any way. It's like to me, it's the right kind of second game for us, Jake. Instead of if we were going up to play the Patriots or something that's just a brutal situation. I think it's got to be favorable for us.
I'm looking at it that way, but I think I'm more looking at it is that this trip's about us. This game's about us, the 25 Panthers. Canales, when Dave got up to speak after, he was like, hey, we got to own it. We lost the game. And you watched in his press conference Monday, he is going to be the same guy. I think we saw that last year. I don't think that's going to change. But he was very forthright and I want to see some younger guys on defense play. We need to make some. We can't turn the ball over. And I mean, it's the truth. And I think our team, you felt it, you sensed it. I know Sunday evening I was watching Bryce's press conference. That was like as upset as I've ever seen him. And it was an upset like we're better than this. I'm better than this. And that's something you want to see. And then to make yourself feel better, the fans feel better, the team feel better, and everyone, you go prove it on the field the following week. It started already from watching the film review, accepting the coaching, the constructive criticism, watching the film on Arizona. Today's Wednesday. It's the big install day. Let's go out, and if we don't like the way it's done on the practice field, run the play again. There's got to be a level of you just got to demand, I think, from your veteran players and your leaders on the football team. There's got to be, you practice a certain way. There's got to be a standard. The look teams, you got to give us the right look. I mean, just little things like that. All those things, you do those things, they add up to a great week of practice, and then you perform on Sunday. And then it's an expectation that week in and week out, because this is a Longhorn season, right, Jordan? And we always talk, I know I always kind of spew about week one. After week one, 16 teams are going undefeated and 16 teams are not going to win a game. I mean, it's the biggest overreaction in the world. Nobody plays in the preseason. You don't know what to expect. To me, it's an extension of the preseason, September. But the reality is it's for real and it counted. And unfortunately for us, we're 0-1 and we got to go on the road again. Yeah, we got to start on the road 2 weeks in a row. But if you come back 1-1, to go back home to play a division opponent who we don't like at all,
you're good.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah. Jake, I'm going to talk directly to Dave Canales right now through our podcast because I know he listens. Here's what happened at halftime of our last game. Okay. So we have a pretty decent team. And I think our ceiling is quite high. We're playing a local team, one classification below. Good team, runs the ball really well. I felt like in the first half, we weren't dialed in. We weren't mentally locked in. So we had offsides on defense. We had some drops. We had a fumble. We had delay a game. Just not executing well, Jake. And I'm trying to get my team to understand like how important all those little things are, right? If you're going to be a really good team. So we go in at halftime. It's 21-0. Us. However, I still just think that we didn't play as well as we thought. So I go in and I tell my coaches, hey, I'm going to be nice to the guys, but I'm going to tell them that we got to do better than this. We got to fill our gaps. We got to line up correctly. If we're blitzing, we got to return the right way, blah, blah, blah. I get in there and I get like my OC and my DC are talking and they're kind of saying, guys, we got to focus. And something comes over me, Jake, and I do like the ultimate coach rant about focusing, little things, better than this, championship football. Next, like it was loud, Jake. And I was calling the team out to have a better second half. And I freaking threw a iPad down and broke it on my way out the door. So I had to buy a new iPad now for the team. But team came out, immediate stop on defense. We hit a 65-yard slant for a touchdown, ended up winning the game 50-7.
What was the score at half?
21-0.
How was practice? How was preparation and practice during the week?
Okay. And we got to get our minds right. So I'm just throwing that out there for Coach Canales. If he needs it, I can meet him before the game and show him how to do a rant of epic proportions at halftime if needed in proper form if you're going to throw an iPad on the ground.
Well, hopefully we don't have to do it. Hopefully we come out.
But if you have to, you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. But I wish I could have had a video of that. Like, how many times has Coach Jordan Gross ever done that to his team?
My players call it a crash out.
Really?
I've come to learn. Yeah, it's not often.
Okay.
It's not often. It's only when like I've told them and I've told them and I've told them, and it's always based on focus and effort. You know what I mean? It's not based on like we're not winning.
Right.
Or what, like if you just see a drop in execution, effort, focus, decision making, that's what'll get me frustrated. And it all came out. And so, but now we're going into bye week and they know what I expect from them. So We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're done, Jake, with this episode, but I'm excited to hang out with you, buddy. Call this game together and a week ago I said how optimistic I was about the team, and nothing's changed. It's the same people. We're gonna be without Turk for a couple of weeks, it sounds like, but overall it's the same people. We should be getting Icky back, but we got to go on this road and win, man. The O-line has to have a big game. We got to be dominant up front. We got to protect our quarterback. We got to defensively, we got to show up, man, and that's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is. And listen, we can't turn it over, and we need to create a turnover or two, which I think Arizona, they will provide those opportunities. Listen, the Arizona, they're a stingy team. This is a team that's stingy, and they want to run the football. Yeah, Kyler's a great athlete, and he can throw it. They have a tight end, tight end Trey McBride, really good. Marvin Harrison Jr. gained 15 pounds, looks really good, but man, when they run the ball with James Conner, it's violent. He wants to run it. And so, we beefed up our defensive line. I'm looking forward to us filling gaps, getting the right gaps, filling holes, making tackles, and our offense to not turn it over. And let's get Chuba going. Let's get Chuba lubed up. And listen, you hit it on the head. I know we're wrapping up, but Ted McMillan, it's effortless when he's catching the football. I thought his best play of the day, we had a lineman downfield. There was an RPO, and he was press coverage, and Bryce threw it on our sideline to the left, and it was a contested catch, but it's so easy. It seems like it's just so easy and natural to him. So, yeah, very excited about him and looking forward to rectifying week 1 and coming out with a big win in week 2.
All right, I'll see you in a couple of days, buddy.
All right, good. Bye-bye.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG XBoom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG XBoom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. XBoom.